Okay, I am starting chapter 38, Loser for President. So, Fantasticos, Mr. Daniel says, I've told you about nominating a class president for our first ever school-wide student government. Do we have our first nomination? Jessica raises her hand. I nominate Shay. Shay looks back at her and turns forward. She looks like she's ready for her crown. Okay, good. Another nomination? No one. Come on, we can't have an election with only one name. I wait, glancing around. I know there will be no more names because Shay has made it known since Mr. Daniels first announced the election that anyone who runs against her will regret it. In fact, their children and their children's children will regret it, and she can't actually do something like that. Nope, there will be no more names. Albert raises his hand. Whoa, Albert, way to be brave. I glance back at Shay, whose eyes are little, but then Albert just asked to go to the bathroom. After waiting and prodding, Mr. Daniels finally says, I'll draw a name out of a hat and tell the council that don't have a representative. Come on, folks, step up. Well, Shay, this is good sportsmanship. Who will you nominate? She cracks a smile. I nominate Allie Nickerson. Wait, no, she didn't say me. I look back at her, staring at me, while Mr. Daniels compliments her again. And then it hits me like a boulder. Of course, she wants to win, so she nominated me. A surefire loser. Is that okay? Mr. Daniels asked me. Can I say no? Yeah, you can say no, but I think you should run. I really want to say no, just not to him. Okay, I'll do it, I guess. Good, he says. Now, both of you will need to say a few words tomorrow, and the voting will follow. Oh, I get to write a speech, Shay says to Jessica. Then I hear whisper. I am terrified. I can't write a speech. After school, Mr. Daniels apologizes for not being able to help me today because he has class at the college. However, he suggests that I just be honest about why I want to be president of the class. He asks if my mom can work with me that night. I tell him that she will. I know she would in a heartbeat, but I would never ask her to help with this. It would just get her hopes up. I figure I should write something down if Shay is going to. I'll look like a baby with no speech. So I'd sit down at our dining room table with a blank piece of paper, all bright white and staring at me and making my head hurt. I want to ask Mom for help so bad, but if she knows I'm running for president of the class, she'll get excited and then she'll want it even more than me. But I'm afraid to want it. But a mime movie shows me in front of the class and Mr. Daniels congratulating me, and I have to admit that I really would like that. I pick up the pencil and concentrate hard, real hard. When I write, I press on the paper too hard, but I can't help it. It makes my hand hurt. I try to spell the best I can. It takes me an hour and a half to write 2 paragraphs. I finally go to bed praying for a high fever, but the kind of sickness the whole town talks about. The kind of sickness that Albert would find super interesting. A good reason not to show up tomorrow. Chapter 39, To Shay. On the way to school, I wonder about taking the long way. Like through Mexico. When I arrive, the first thing I see is Albert, who has a black eye. Albert, Keisha says, when are you going to teach those boys a lesson? It's nothing, he says, all serious. Then he gets up happy. Look! He holds up a big sign for me. Allie is your Allie. Give her your vote. Just wanted you to be able to see that. His cool sign. You made me a poster for the election, I ask, smiling. I know I'm going to lose, but this makes it okay. Thank you, Albert. He looks proud. But, why does it say my name twice? Your name is a homonym. Excuse me. I should know better than not to question Albert. You know, a word with the same spelling but different sounds and meanings. Allie spells your name. A-L-L-Y. But it also spells Allie, along with a long I sound at the end. An ally is someone who is on your side. An ally. Someone who sticks like you, like allies in a war. Shay comes with Jessica. She looks at the poster. Then the three of us say, "Good luck, six-legged freak." I guess Allie will get 3 votes anyways. After they leave, I look at the 3 of us and think about how they are the 3 primary colors, yellow, blue, and red. Those 3 colors create every other color. Keisha goes over to talk to Zuki while I take a deep breath and turn to Albert. I know I'm going to lose, and Shay will never let me forget it. I look down at the desk and see Albert's sign, but at least I'll have a poster. I smile at him. Can I bring it home? Yes, but you can't give up, Albert says. Okay, well, maybe you're right, Albert, but you shouldn't give up either. I'm not nominated for class president. I point at his black eye. But you got beat up again, didn't you? He shifts his weight and looks away. It's hardly the same, he says, and I feel that he doesn't see it too different. Then Keisha returns. Are you ready for today? No, I shake my head. Ready for public humiliation? How do I get into these things? She leans over and whispers, You'll do a great job, Albert and I are voting for you no matter what you say in your speech. I half smile. What if I say you have to lick the lunch tables clean? Well, I just won't do that. That will be easy, Keisha says, pushing my shoulder. Albert adds, It depends on what we have for lunch that day. We laugh. I'm happy that he doesn't seem mad about my questioning him. Mr. Daniels is wearing a George Washington tie. He gets up and calls Shay to present first. I notice she is dressed in red, white, and blue. I look down. I didn't even think about wearing anything special. Shay talks about how great she is and all that she'll do. Kids applaud her over her promises. Some of the things she says she'll do, I can't imagine how she would pull them off, like extra recesses and longer snack times. When she promises new, bigger lockers for the hallways, I know she can't do that. With every sentence, kids are happier, and I feel smaller and smaller. I get up there holding my paper. The sound that comes out of my mouth doesn't sound like a real word. I try again and get the same sound. Then 4 more times. The quiet laughs rise all around me, but Mr. Daniels holds his palm toward the class. Without taking his eyes off me, the noise stops. I feel hot. Then an Etch-a-Sketch brain hits me, and I go blank, staring at the page that I wrote, that I can't read. Shay looks smug, and it makes it even harder. Mr. Daniels looks over, resting his hands on his knees, and whispers, Look, you can do this, and you can hit it out of the park, too. I shake my head a little. I believe in you, Allie. Now forget what you wrote, put the paper down, and take a deep breath. Close your eyes, and if it makes you nervous to see everyone, just be honest. Be you. He slides the paper out of my hand, and I stand there silent for too long. I close my eyes, wishing it would block their view of me as well. Mr. Daniels' voice is gentle, almost a whisper. I want to be the president of the class because I think it will be fun, and I think I would like it. I say, my eyes still closed. Good, keep going, he says. I promise to be honest. I promise to work hard. I promise to listen to everyone who has ideas, not just my friends, because I would be in charge of the whole class. Well, not in charge exactly, but I want everyone to have a chance to give their ideas. I'll go to meetings and I would try to get extra things like recess, but I can't promise that I can do something like that. I open my eyes and look at Mr. Daniels. Can I do that? Actually, no. But you don't want me fired, do you? I shake my head, feeling kind of dazed. Do you have anything else to say? I don't think so. Okay then, he motions towards my seat and I sit down, stunned that it's over. Now for the vote, he says. He begins to pass out little pieces of paper. Wait, Shay says. All the other teachers just have everyone raise their hands. Well, I thought it should be like a real election, a secret ballot. Everyone will write their name of their choice for class president on the paper, and I will fold it up. I will walk around to collect them. That's not fair. Well, he shrugs. If it's good enough for the United States government, it's good enough for us. I smooth out the tiny piece of paper and try hard to be neat. There's a lump in my throat as I write down my own name, and I don't even know why. Maybe because I'm not writing it down on a signed sheet for detention or signing an apology for something. I fold it 1, 2, 3 times and put it back into the basket when Mr. Daniels comes by. He says that he'll let us know later, but everyone begs him to count, so he does. He opens the first one. Shay. He opens another one. Shay. He opens the third. Shay. But when he opens the fourth one, they are for me, and I'm surprised. A couple more for Shay, and then 4 more for me. 4 more? I can't imagine who would vote for me. I thought everyone loved Shay, but as I look around the room, some kids are glancing at me, and some actually look happy. Oliver and Zuki and a bunch of other kids. Toward the end of the counting, and when it looks like I have actually won, Shay crosses her arms and falls back against her chair. In the end, Mr. Daniels shakes his hands with Shay and tells her that she ran a good campaign. Then he turns to me and says, "Congratulations, Madame President Nickerson." And then he salutes me and laughs. The class claps. Keisha is up dancing while Albert gives me a single nod. "Mr. Daniels?" Max raises his hand. "I think this calls for a party." "Why, Max?" "Because it's Wednesday." "Any day is a good day for a party, Mr. D," he says, and Shay looks annoyed with him. But her real dagger eyes are safe from me. At least she's quiet for once. And that's all perfectly fine with me. Chapter 40. Tears of different kinds. Keisha and Albert call me Madame President every chance they get. At the end of the day, we head out of the front of the school, and I'm just so happy, like I could fly. A loud, sharp voice interrupts my happiness. "What do you mean? You lost?" "You lost?" Shay is standing with her mother. "After all that time we spent writing that speech," she says, "did you look at the audience? Did you speak up? Did you smile?" I did all of that. The other girl just got more votes." Shay sounds like someone completely different. The Shay I know, always so quick to pick a fight, now has a voice that sounds like a kindergartner. "Sorry, Mama." She brushes a tear from her cheek. "Man," Keisha says, "that woman is fierce." "Geez, I can't believe it, but I actually feel sorry for Shay," I say. Oh, no way," Keisha says. "Don't be feeling sorry for her. It's not an excuse to go around doing terrible things to other people." "Yeah, I guess you're right." "Have you learned nothing?" she asks. Of course I'm right. We laugh at each other and get on the bus. All of a sudden, I'm in a rush to get to A.C. Peterson's. Running through the glass doors of Peterson's, I forgot that I was going to be cool about telling my mom that I'm class president. I forget about telling her like it's any other thing. Instead, I jump up and down and say it loud enough that some of the regulars congratulate me before she does. Her face says she's trying to figure out if she heard me right. "Yes," I say, nodding. "Mom, they voted for me, class president. The kids in my class, not the teacher. The kids did." She holds her arms out, and I run into them. "I'm so proud of you," she says in a shaky voice. I know why she's been crying. I can't believe it either. Let me see if I have enough space to read chapter 31. Okay, I'm going to stop it here.